Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code Blueberry004. That's BLUBRRY004.
Here we go. Here we go.
Right.
Hiya.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's get it. Okay.
Okay. I'm Don Bain.
I'm Allie Fried.
Allie, it's very nice to meet you.
So
we have
nice to
Allie
meet
Fried.
you.
So we're everybody here is anxiously waiting to speak to you.
Oh my gosh, I feel like celebrity power, right?
Yeah, oh, here's Enza. She's going to take a picture of us.
Hello.
Okay. I can't wait to start. Tell us a little bit about, we kind of know what you do, but tell our audience what you do. And we can't wait we're going to talk numbers.
Okay, let's talk numbers. Yeah, I am with CTA, CES Spokesperson. This is my 17th year attending.
You don't look old enough to have 17 years here.
I started when I was 4. Come on.
Wow, I guess you did. I'm here almost a little bit over 20.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to see the changes. It's incredible.
It is. I go back to, I did a lot of work for Mr. Edelman way back before this was CES, back in the Boston area.
Oh, very cool.
And I was fairly good friends with Sheldon and did a lot of work.
Powerful
I can tell you
guy.
some really fascinating stories about him.
I'm sure there are countless.
Yeah, yeah.
Countless. But no, we are just thrilled. We're this year thrilled to be back in Las Vegas, feeling like a real show again.
Yes,
you know, we've got 3,200 exhibitors across 2.1 million net square feet of exhibit space.
2.1 million.
It's huge.
You can't even get your head around that. Wow, that's a lot of space.
It's a lot of space, and more than 100,000 attendees from 150 different countries. So truly the global gathering
So
place.
is that our count this year, 100,000?
100,000. So we are an officially audited show, so we'll audit the show after CES, but right now we're saying 100,000 and probably a little bit more by the time we get done.
Opposed to last year, which was what, 40,000-ish?
Yeah, a little bit above 40. So more than double what we had last year in terms of a show floor footprint. This year CES is 70% larger than 2022.
Well, I don't miss COVID at all.
Amen.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
It just feels great.
What was the record? Do you know?
In terms of attendees?
Yes.
If this is not official, but somewhere in the 170s.
Okay,
In the
I mean, you can make up a number. I'm not going to
Hey,
know the difference.
2 million. No, but I'm pretty sure it was 173, 178, somewhere around there.
Okay, I thought it was around there.
And from my personal perspective, I just have to say that year it felt, it was just so crowded. Like it was so crowded, shoulder to shoulder.
That was about 5 years ago-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes.
This year just feels good. You can get into the booths. You can talk to who you need to talk to. The business is happening.
Absolutely.
But it's not that like crazy claustrophobic feel that sometimes
it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that doesn't. Although I was at the convention center yesterday. Oh my God. I thought there were 500,000 people there. Oh my God, is that busy there?
It's comfortably busy. We'll say that. No, there's a lot of people. 100,000, 110,000, whatever we end up at. Like that's a lot of bodies, and it's just so cool. You think all these people are coming in to one spot. 100,000 people had to book travel, book hotels, figure out how to get here, figure out transportation. I mean, logistically, it's pretty incredible.
Do you know what kind of dollars CES brings into Vegas?
A lot.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. I don't have exact figures, but I do know actually we do kind of try to count every 5 years or so to just kind of get an estimate on the economic impact. But it's massive. I mean, we take over the city. We take over all the hotel
absolutely.
rooms.
I mean, if you don't book your hotel now for next year, you'll get a room, but the prices go up, so the early bird definitely gets the worm in this situation.
Yeah, and you might as well book your restaurant reservations too. I walked around for 45 minutes yesterday trying to find
Did I see
dinner.
you last night?
Probably just circling around.
Yeah, we gave up after a while. It's just even tonight.
Yep. I was like, should have made reservations.
Yeah, I said that too, and I don't know why I didn't. I should know better.
Now we know. Next year, we're going to book for 2024. It's going to be great.
Yeah, but I did find a new restaurant off topic. What the hell is it? Texas de Brazil or something?
Oh, yeah. Like a Brazilian steakhouse?
Oh, that was really good.
Delicious. I've been there. It's been a few years that I've been there.
That was really
good. You walk away feeling nice
and
full.
You're talking to the right guy about that. So what other kinds of numbers here do you have for us? What other kinds of facts, figures?
I've got all kinds of good stuff. In terms of the show footprint, we talked about it being 70% larger than last year,
That's a lot.
Which is a lot. The 3,200 exhibitors span all kinds of product categories. I mean, we've got everything here.
For sure.
The theme, we can talk about the theme of CES. So CES has technically never had a theme. And I always get the question, what's the theme of CES? And it's always been, innovation. We're innovating.
Right.
But this year we actually came out with an official theme, and that's technology solving the world's biggest challenges. And I think that puts a lot of focus on where consumers are today, where brands are today, where we're not just about, what's the biggest TV or the slimmest TV, which used to be the main headlines everyone was talking about.
Absolutely.
And now it's about how is technology helping us in our everyday lives.
Yeah, I mean, the TVs, they're here, but they're kind of like, they're here. That's about...
Right.
Yeah.
They're snazzy. I saw, there's a wireless TV now. There's a transparent TV.
Yeah, I saw an 8K TV yesterday. Oh, my God.
Yes, there's an 8K, projection
screen
screen
now,
too.
Yeah, but no one's transmitting in 8K, so I still got to get my head around it, We've
still got questions. It's fine. Fine. But, and kind of going back to what we were talking about 20, 15 years ago, that was the story. And now every company is a technology company. John Deere gave a keynote opening day of the show.
Yeah, how cool is that?
There's a head scratcher at first, and you're like, agricultural technology, sustainable farming. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, again, it's CES has kind of... it's become a place where all the technologists all over the world literally can get together and share ideas, share dreams, share vision. Yep. And as I tell the audience, it's amazing how many things have developed from here that you'd never know. It's like one company comes with the vision of this, but they're looking for someone that does that, and they pair up, and then it ends with something. The solar car. All these things, everything that you look at today probably had its basis right here.
No, it's so true. It's so true. And, where we are right now, Eureka Park is over here in the Sands Venetian, and that's our startup area. So we've got more than 1,000
That's my favorite place to go.
Me too.
I love going literally downstairs and on the top floor here too, but you're going to see just the most insane things, and what's beautiful about it downstairs, and it just hit me yesterday for the first time, there's all these countries with different booths, and they're small booths, but don't forget, these companies are pretty much all startups. And the booth is tiny, and they'll have one or two people there, and what's nice is every country is represented by their government somewhere down there.
A lot of country
and
pavilions.
they will help you sign up, get information. So if you are selling stuff, you could sign up with the government, and they will direct people who are looking for, contacts here in the U.S. or wherever you may be, and they'll put you together.
Yep.
I had done that with Taiwan about 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I was shocked how efficient it was.
Incredible.
And I literally spoke to probably 40 or 50 different people in different areas of technology, all because I signed that up. And I was very pleased to see the United States government down there had a massive booth. And they're there to help you start your business, to fund it, to guide you, to counsel you. That was off the wall. I can't believe it.
I literally love hearing that, because that is what CES is all about, and we try to make it easy and to make those connections. And we talk about the serendipity of the show, like you don't know who you're going to run into that you needed to, but you didn't know you needed to.
That's exactly right. But that's what I like about downstairs. To me, it's just opportunity, and that's what should be put on the wall when you're walking there.
Ring Doorbell launched at Eureka Park.
Really?
Ring Doorbell was a little 10 by 10 booth at CES. Next thing you know, they're acquired by Amazon, $2.1 billion company. It's crazy.
And you can repeat those instances over and over again. So, that's why it's always the most exciting event for me of the year is CES. And it's also the largest trade show in the world.
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah, it's massive.
I got a question for you.
All right.
I don't think you've ever had this one.
Oh, gosh.
But since you're here, I'm going to ask you. I'm very curious.
Okay.
I used to be a professor back in Boston.
Okay, very cool.
And I'm always near and dear to education. And I have noticed over the years almost virtually zero kids. And I get it, and I understand, and that's the way it should be. You got to be 18 or older. I am wondering if there's a program where if you have these students, whether they're young kids or high school or college, where they actually can get in here on some program and just kind of walk around and get a feel, because I think it would be so motivating, so stimulating for these kids that it would really help them along in their career and their understanding. So I have no clue. So I turn it over to you. I hope you don't mind the off the wall question.
No, it's a good question. I'm trying to think about how that goes. So yes, we definitely have an 18-year-old age requirement at the show, and it is a trade-only event.
And that's fine. I have no issues with that.
So we've got that. But to your point, I mean, how inspiring is CES for the next generation of innovators and game changers? Exactly. And it's incredible.
There's a zillion of them out there.
There's a zillion of them out there. So there have been exceptions made in the past for small groups. There was actually university professors bringing teams in. So things, I believe a Girl Scout group came in from the National Girl Scouts one year. So there are exceptions that can be made for sure. And we certainly encourage everyone to follow along online, on our social channels. But I think you bring up a really good point. And speaking of universities, have you been following or heard about the Indy Autonomous Challenge?
No.
All right, let me talk to you about this. So it is a nonprofit group made up of university teams from around the world.
Okay.
And they are programming autonomous race cars. So
similar to the robotic competition. Go ahead.
Yeah, like DARPA Grand Challenge was kind of basically the model that they went after. So they're exhibiting in West Hall this year, which is where all of our connected mobility is. But actually today, all the race teams are out at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Oh, no way.
Starting at 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, they're crazy.
That's cool.
These cars go upwards of 190 miles per hour.
Wow.
And it's teams literally, and it's from all different research programs. So like one race car team could be 4 different universities working together and programming together. And they all have the same baseline car. It's basically a Formula One light Indy car.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. That's cool.
I can send you some information afterwards. It's really
That's pretty cool.
And they program their AI drivers, and then it's a head-to-head autonomous race car competition. So they have different challenges. It's like a passing challenge, a speed challenge, collision avoidance. But it's so cool because it's university teams, so it's the academic system working with industry. So they've got all kinds of industry partners, Luminar,
and how many
Continental,
people are partaking in that?
Cisco. So it's 9 race teams, and I think it is a total of 21 different universities from 10
That's awesome. Oh, my
countries.
God, really?
It's really cool.
What an experience that. They'll never forget that.
It's really incredible. And like last year, one of the teams, they spun off to start their own technology company, and that's exactly what you're talking about. You get to see this, you get to work on this, then they start their own autonomous driving tech company, and they're advancing the industry before you know it. So, the whole idea is if these autonomous race cars can go 190 miles an hour, the learnings, and they're all peer-reviewed, so like the data sets coming from these cars are incredible.
That's an awesome program, because look at the education, look at the experience that these people are getting. I mean, you don't get it anywhere else.
Exactly. It's incredible. And when you talk to them, not only are they just like beyond enthusiastic and happy and thrilled, it's amazing, but they're so smart. They're so smart. I'm like, you guys are so brilliant, and it's so.
That's
so
why
cool.
I say that it would be interesting again at some point in time if there was some. Again, we can't bring everybody here. I get it, and it's it's a
You're
business.
trying to get us back up to 170. I can tell.
I want to get you to 250s, my goal. But I think it would be really great for everybody involved. Also, today I don't have to tell you about how hard it is to find competent help or to find help just in general. But if you have students who are motivated, and certainly this has got to be motivating from pretty much anywhere you come from.
Right.
This is quite an experience.
Like no other.
Not that many years ago, you would kill your kid if they were on the computer, which they are today anyway. Everybody's on the phone 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah, but a lot of those dudes who were doing that are now flying the planes that got you here.
Yes.
Okay.
Hands down.
So
can't argue with that.
Could you imagine the experience that it would be for them educationally and spiritually and motivation-wise to come to a place like that?
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody, but it could be for the gifted or for the people who really show that they're motivated.
Right.
I just thought it'd be a cool thing, because I look at here, what a resource. Oh, my God.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And we actually used to have a tech zone for specifically for learning technology, and then a university showcase, which was really, I always kind of loved visiting there, and then now the universities are kind of more sprinkled out throughout the show floor.
Okay, another question for you. Can you tell me what the, quote, average demographic is the person who would actually exhibit here?
Oh, I don't think I know. I know we've got the entire ecosystem of technology. Everyone from programmers and engineers up to business leaders, CEOs.
Has it ever been qualified as to you have so many people that are in the programming, so many people that are in the electronic space, so many people that are in the medical?
So we are an audited show. So each year after the show, so typically around, used to be February, now it might probably be March, end of March, maybe early April. And it will give a breakdown of job title, it'll give a breakdown of country, it'll give a breakdown of kind of area of focus.
Where would someone go to get those stats? Those are public stats.
They're public stats. So you can go to ces.tech, and you should be able to find audits from the last few years. Or Google CES audit, 2021. I mean, that was a virtual year. 2022. And kind of break that down. And it's actually like a pretty comprehensive report. It's usually 20-some plus pages.
Right. I occasionally looked at that.
Yeah.
What I do is I use that for filler, but I didn't do it this year because last year was only 40,000. But I usually have a stack of papers here. So when the guest doesn't show up, I go, let me tell you some interesting facts about
I should have brought our audit with us so I could go through. I need to memorize it next time.
Exactly. So tell us, what do you do on a daily basis?
Well, so on a daily basis, I work with the comms team, the communications team, and my area of focus is a lot of our media events leading up to CES. So we've got a series of unveiled events that take place, and it was kind of a program I started. I love it. So we pick target cities throughout the world and the United States to go meet with reporters. Some of our stops, we talk through products. Some of the stops, it's just to meet with reporters, talk about the latest technology. Gary Shapiro, our president and CEO, is usually at most of those stops, but we've got two other senior leaders, John Kelly and Kinsey Fabrizio, who come with us. And it's a chance to meet with journalists, talk about the latest and greatest technology in each target city. If there are exhibitors from that city, we'll invite them over to lunch to talk to the reporters, make those connections.
No, that's during CES.
That is all before CES. So that's all happening October, November, December. And then once the show starts, I just transition straight into
I could only imagine.
Crazy running around like a chicken with its head cut off person. But yeah, my whole job is working with the media and helping to tell the story of CES and making sure people know where the bathrooms are and where they can get their lunches.
There's plenty of the bathrooms around here that I know. I always want the booth here so I can see the bathrooms.
Oh my gosh, so
from where I'm sitting. Yeah,
so
that's the only way I work.
Priorities, man.
Absolutely.
We all have to have our priorities.
Absolutely. So, what other kinds of statistics and analysis can you lay on us today?
So, I can kind of talk about the hot areas of the show floor where we've seen the most growth and movement.
Yes.
So, digital health has been huge story.
Wearables.
It's sensors now that we can just attach right to our skin.
Yes, we just interviewed someone who brought an ionizer in, which is a necklace that you wear.
Oh.
And it puts out, I forget how many negative ions per second. It's an incredible amount, and it will clean out all the bad stuff, coronavirus, influenza, all that stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah,
air filters cleaning the sky. It's incredible. I saw there's a smart workout gear that I was playing around with yesterday where it basically has gyroscopes built into the fabric, so it knows exactly what you're doing. It tracks all your monitors, and then it gives you corrective advice, like, hey, your you need to do this to get the right posture, or you should be doing this to do that. It's wild, it's crazy, it's fun, it's cool. But I think it all goes back to people wanting to have control of their health and wanting to be able to see what's happening in their bodies. And I think that's fascinating. I think that's really cool.
You get this question every day, I'm sure. What was your favorite thing that you saw, or give me one or two? Don't you hate that question?
I hate that question because
I get it all the time. I get it all day.
Pick my favorite child. I'm like, I love you all. I love you all so much.
How many kids do you have?
Three.
Oh my God! You still have this energy?
8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
God bless you. Wow.
Well, it's because I'm out here and they're back home. I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping now. It's great. 4 hours a night at CES is better than what I get at home.
That's funny.
There's been some really cool things. The most interesting thing that I actually got to try out was the real-time translator earbuds which I think speaks, like, we're talking about CES being so international. So I wear an earbud, you wear an earbud. I'm talking to you in English, you're talking to me in
So is the translation like instant?
live in real time.
Really?
It was so cool. It's so cool. It has 40 different languages that it can work in.
Where is this? I got to go check that out. I haven't seen
over.
that.
I'll send you the booth information. It's over at the LVCC.
And it works well.
It works really well.
That is so cool.
Really well. They actually dropped the product off into the press room over there.
Is it on the market now?
It is on the market, yes.
Really?
Yes. I'll send you the information. I've got a whole stat sheet on it because I was like, I used to travel all over the world, and I was like, I'm always
cool
a dumb
is
American that only knows one language, right?
Well, in general, I think we're starting to be dumber Americans. We really don't spend the time that we should on language. We're getting pounded on that.
Yes.
And there's a lot of articles written on that. Even in the United Nations, when we sit down, we don't have the translators. It's very scary.
It is. And you go to other countries and people are bilingual, trilingual, quadlingual. And
I mean, I was in Italy this couple months ago, and everybody spoke English, Italian, French, Spanish.
Yep.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah. I always, when people say, what would your superpower be? My superpower is always I would love to be able to speak multiple languages.
You and me both.
Yeah, but now we can do it with a little
that
ear
is
set.
So cool.
It was really amazing. It was really, really cool.
And there was no delay. It was like
no delay. Wow. No delay. It was like we are talking right here.
I'm going to definitely check that out.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So that was fascinating to me. And then I haven't seen this yet, but I'm interested because marine technology is starting to come into the show. When we talk about like transportation mobility, there's an electric boat here by Candela that travels above the water, so it's not in the water.
Yep.
Completely emissionless, completely soundless, so it's not disrupting marine life, it's not polluting the air, and the sustainability story is actually a big area of focus across CES. So that's one that I'm like,
they need that in Venice. They need that in Venice.
Yeah, they do. They need it I think in a lot of places.
Now, I had a guy here yesterday, and he was just a crackerjack. You meet all kinds of people, but boy, this guy, he was brilliant, super smart, but he also just knew where he got to go. He knew, I'm not here, but I know that.
These are the steps I need to take.
I love people like that. He just has the whole thing figured out.
Yep.
But his company did flying cars, and they're here, and he has a prototype that works.
I am pretty sure I was reading about that. Is it like the vertical takeoff? Yeah.
Hydrogen engine.
Okay.
I was blown away by it, and I asked him, I said, so how far are we away from this?
Yeah.
And he said, well, we have a working prototype. And I said, no, there's no way, because, I would know that.
Yeah.
I think I would. Everybody would.
Right.
And he said, it's not full scale.
Okay.
But he said, everything works, and it works flawlessly. And he said, it's a matter of math to do the upscaling. So he felt that they were there already. I mean, he was sure that they were there.
All I can think about is the Jetsons. We're
That's
all
what he said.
flying around in our cars.
He said, I'm there. He said, I can do this. And I said, okay. And that's a pretty big statement. So he said, we are at the point where we're just a couple years away from people owning flying cars.
Oh, my goodness.
So I said, so what do you spend most of your time doing? And I figured he would tell me, well, we're scaling up, we're developing the car. So, of course, they're looking for an influx of money.
Yeah.
Which everybody
Naturally,
here is.
Yep.
I'm here looking for an influx of money. But
hey, me
nothing.
too, no.
Yeah. So I said, what do you do? Like, what's your concentration? He said, my concentration is talking to governments.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I would think.
About what? He said, you don't want all these cars in the air without regulations. So he's done with getting the car. He knows
we're good. The technology's there.
And he's working on the regulations to lay down the basic foundation of how these cars and where they can fly and how high and right away and things like that of airspace. And I'm like, I mean, to have the foresight, the hell with the car. And I'm like, what do you mean the hell with the car? How do you do that?
I'm like having such a visual moment right now because I'm like seeing it all. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but the guy has the puzzle impregnated in his brain.
That's incredible.
And he knows what piece has to be put down to get to the. And to me, that is just fascinating. And you know what? That guy's replicated. I can't tell you in how many places here, and that's the beauty of CES. That's the excitement. That's what brings people back every year to learn, to see. It's just an amazing event.
That's exactly right. Did he have a timeline on all of this? I feel like I need to.
He said 5 years. I can't fathom it.
5 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, he said he'll have the car up in about 3 to 4 years, the actual physical car. And I can't get my head around all these giant, a car.
Yeah. Passenger vehicle.
And and you're like, I didn't get into it because I only had like 15 minutes. But what are they going to do in New York City? They're going to fly over a skyscraper.
That's where my brain was. Are we making right? Are we like weaving through the buildings? Are we above the buildings?
Well, that's what he's working on. And he said
do we have traffic signals up there?
Exactly.
That is incredible.
And he said, he kind of alluded to that's a bigger issue.
Yeah, than the technology. Amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
It really is.
Here I am thinking that cars that can change colors, BMW has color changing panels.
Yeah.
There's also morphable panels on cars over at West Hall where like the body shape is actually able to change to help with like aerodynamics. So I'm over here being like, well, that's incredible. And now you're coming at me with flying cars.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, and again, the guy, he was just so sharp.
I
just
love that.
Spot on.
I love
it's unusual to see someone that has that puzzle figured out.
Yeah. They're one in a generation type of minds.
They are, and he's the nicest guy. I could have spoke with him for hours, and that's what's so exciting to me because I interview just everybody and anybody, and the things that I learn and that I see, there's no place like this.
I know, it's incredible.
I do the National Broadcasters Association show.
Oh, NAB, yeah.
I do that too, and I mean I love NAB, but.
This is where you have to be. It is. Well, and that's what makes
There's no place like this in the world.
There isn't. And that's why this year feels so good because everybody is coming back. We always say it feels like a reunion. Everyone comes back because they know that they're going to have these incredible conversations and leave so inspired.
Well, part of it we have you to thank for doing all this great PR and getting people aware because, it's a tough job you have.
You gotta shout it from the rooftops. Come to CES, but it's so fun. I wouldn't change it for the world. The energy is just
good for you, and you're the right person. You're passionate about what you do, and I love that spark. I love to see that.
Thank you. I have a good time.
It was an awesome pleasure speaking with you this morning. I know you're busy. Thank you so much for finding some time for us.
It's
really kind of you, and we really do appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of the show. Have fun exploring and talking to everyone out there.
And you too.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. It's nice seeing you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And good luck with your kids.
Oh gosh, I need it. Thank you.
She has 3 kids, and look at the energy she has.